Again, I told you I was gonna make another video. so, so I already did my Wonder Woman review. Now I'm gonna do my Captain Underpants review, huh? Yes, you heard me right. Captain Underpants has a movie, huh? We've been waiting for this for years now. And I want to give a special shout out to my friend Travis Whitehead. He was my best friend in the first and second grade, and we actually started reading Captain Underpants books. I started reading Captain Underpants book in first grade, and I thought it was so cool how like these two kids, Harold and George, wrote comics, and pretty much they brought it to life somehow. So yeah, they actually made a movie, and I watched it right after Wonder Woman. So, if you didn't know Captain Underpants had a movie, here's a little trailer for the movie. And three, two, I said two, 3, 2, 1, go.
What is happening right now? I don't know.
Let's try and leave and see what happens.
Wow, that's an expensive door.
From the studio that brought you Shrek, Kung Fu Panda, and Madagascar.
Hi, I'm George Beard, and this is my best friend Harold Hutchins.
We just make comics and try to make each other laugh.
And this old guy is Mr. Krupp.
George Harold!
He's the worst principal in the world.
Ever since you've attended this school, you've been responsible for one prank after another.
Some of those must have been really hard to pull off.
Like that tiger?
Oh, that tiger was crazy. Ah! Put the pin down, Mr. Krupp, or we'll hypnotize you.
What's happening?
I don't know. When I snap my fingers, you will obey our every command. You are now the amazing Captain Underpants!
Tra-la-la!
I honestly didn't think that would happen.
Kevin Hart, Ed Helms, Thomas Middleditch, Nick Kroll.
When it's cut all together like that, you really get a sense of the scope.
DreamWorks, Captain Underpants.
Poor soul, you're trapped in some sort of invisible box-like prison.
Is it okay that I'm kind of loving this?
Yes and no.
I will set you free.
Oh, but mostly...
There it is. I, for one, was terrified yet excited for the movie. Why? Mainly because, yo, it's Captain Underpants. This is the one thing that got me into comics, gaming, anything nerd, superheroes. Oh my god, like I can keep going on and on about this, but I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. This series in general got me reading. This series in general got me and my friend Travis to write comics ourselves. This series in general just supported kids, and I loved it. I loved it. So when the movie was announced last year, I was excited. Then I was like, oh crap, it's 2017. People be fucking up movies. Like, I wish this was laughable, but it is not. Understand, I did come into this movie very, very, very happy that, you know, this series is revived. And because I believe if you look up on the internet, Captain Underpants' first issue was released in 1998 by Scholastic's Books, which like was a huge book empire of like the 80s, 90s, and the early 2000s. I don't know if they're still making like groundbreaking books now, but yeah, like those books there were everything to my childhood and a lot of people's childhoods of that era and decades. So yeah, when the movie was announced, I was excited yet terrified, but it was good. Now in this review, I'm gonna be telling you things I liked, things I didn't like, and my favorite parts, my my rating, and what I recommended. So, but yeah, here we go. So, I loved it. It was pretty much just a real live action depiction of Captain Underpants, his origin story, Harold and George, the elementary school that they went to, and their first villain, which was Mr. Poopy Pants. And I remember Mr. Poopy Pants because he was the short, little, bearded, weird-haired dude. And I was like, oh my god, they brought him back. So I thought that was so fucking cool that they did that. Be it mind you that I was the only single person that was in there. Everyone else came with their kids, and I'm like, well, fuck. Look like I mean, I'm sorry. I watched it for nostalgic sense. If you're gonna bring something back from my childhood and you're gonna make it into a movie, of course I'm gonna watch it. So, I thought I just took the opportunity to watch it after I watched another movie, and yeah, I did. So, now as opposed to like anything that has to do with modernizing, classics and everything, there wasn't too much of that. They actually just kept everything source material, which is the one thing I did like. They kept the same way he was made, which was the hypno ring, and everything in between. And then, of course, the snapping of the fingers to make him Captain Underpants, and the splashing water on him to pretty much make him back to Principal Crump. So, yeah, that. And then you had, you actually had some of the original artwork in the background of like the books and everything. So I thought that was really cool. Of course, not a lot of people are gonna recognize that, but as an old fan of like me, yeah, I looked at it. It was amazing. So that, and then you also had like the original villain, which was Mr. Poopy Pants, in which he was the one to pretty much make the big toilet motherfucker. And yeah, and he which kept Underpants like later on defeated in the Flip-O-Rama, which he actually had in the movie. Like that was so cool. They had Flip-O-Rama, which is like I don't know if you ever read a Captain Underpants book, but they have the Flip-O-Rama thing where like there's a part where they couldn't show like the violence in the book, so they would like draw it out as like in childlike form, and like you would have to flip it to do the action and see like him being punched or him punching something or him like flipping over stuff. Like you flip it, and there was like a scene where like he ripped the page, and I remember that like coincided with me so hard because I remember I ripped the page because I got I ripped the page and I got soaked from just the excitement of just doing that, and I thought that was so cool that they brought that up in the movie. So yeah, mainly was the big thing that I like about this movie was they just kept it main source material. So and the ending definitely looked like it was gonna do a sequel, which of course your boy's there, I am there. So yeah, so that, what else I like? And of course the artwork. The artwork was amazing. This was a 3D graphic movie by DreamWorks. And DreamWorks are usually the dopest of like animators as far as hiring them. So, I was excited when I heard DreamWorks was like doing the movie. I was like, yes, doing this right. So this isn't 3D, and I even watched the movie in 3D. That doesn't mean the movie is like in 3D, but it's just 3D as like the animation style. So. But yeah, it kept in tried and true for sure, and that was awesome. And things I didn't like, it's a kids movie, so obviously you're not gonna. I mean, while it had some adult things that I like kind of connected with, I couldn't really connect with a lot of things because again, I'm not a kid anymore. I was a kid, but I just don't think some things are just as funny as I was back then as I am now. I've grown up, and because of that, my laughter and everything in between mature, and like the way I see jokes have like diminished. So there were some jokes in there that was like definitely meant for kids because they just kept being repeated and things like that, and of course physical humor that was there. But obviously there was humor mainly for the kids because it is a kids movie, so I can understand that. But if I can point out one thing I just didn't like, it was that. And yeah, that's it. I didn't really have anything bad to say about it. Now, my rating as far as that, I'm gonna give this movie. As far as now, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. While it was a fantastic movie, again, it was just some things I just couldn't connect with, and he also kept the source material. Which thank you for doing that, DreamWorks. But it was okay. It wasn't great. It was okay at the end of the day. Now, of course, my recommendation. Who would I recommend this movie to? I recommend this movie to Captain Underpants fans. as far as reading those back in the day, if you read those books, go see this movie because it's going to be one huge nostalgia trip. That and also if you're a kid, if you have a kid, if you have smaller nieces, nephews, cousins, brothers, sisters, go ahead, take them to see this movie and maybe introduce them to these books later on and say, hey, yeah, there's going to be more of these, maybe you want to read the books and all that because, it got me reading. And it's very important to have kids read instead of being on tablets and stuff like that and technology. Reading is essential and reading is everlasting. Technology is going to be steadily improving, but you got to stay in knowledge. You got to stay knowledgeable and informed. There we go. But yeah, that's it. Gonna keep this review short and sweet. Guys, if you liked the video, please leave a like, comment, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please subscribe. I'm going to be dropping another video sometime this weekend. It's going to be a vlog. It's going to be my first vlog. It's going to be my first vlog. And it's not really that great as far as news. But I'm still going to have it. Yes, I am. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to also be talking about the gaming channel and also going to be talking about pretty much the future of this channel and everything in between. So yeah, it's going to be fun, but not really. So, guys, also, yeah, let me know what you think about the Captain Underpants movie if you've seen it, all right? Definitely go see it if you can, and yeah, support the movie so we can get a second one, all right? Guys, I hope you have a great day and a better tomorrow. There we go.